People ask me what's my passion, and fitness is not my passion. People is my passion. I want to get as many people as I can so I can build as many relationships as I can before I leave this earth. Well, my name is Ike Shaw. I'm the owner of T3 and the owner of the new gym called The Gym. And this is my lovely fiance, Allie Tucker, soon to be Allie Shaw. And then this is Tatum Bailey Shaw, my new little daughter of 10 weeks. In 2002 is when I actually first got my first job with GymX and my first true job. And when I was there, honestly, I had no idea that I was gonna do anything any more important than I'm doing today. At the time, I was really just thinking that I was gonna possibly just be a manager or a sales manager. You know, the economy kind of went bad around 2006 till 2007. The owner of the gym told me at the time, he was like, you know, you need to start to figure out other ways to make other profit streams. And I was like, okay. So I started doing one-on-one training. I started getting a lot of people. And I was like, how can I get it any more? He said, well, in Dallas, man, where I live, they do these things called boot camps. And I'm like, shoot, I can do that. So I got my first 9 to 15 people and it was doing it. I was like, man, I just want to start a business, like a mobile personal training thing. I got a truck and it was a Titan. I want to go to other businesses and help their employees be healthier, you know, the cliche thing people talk about. And he was like, Titan total trainer. I was like, boom. You can see the T3 design, the logo. And honestly, from there, I started training a couple of different places around town. And at the time, things were going great. And that's, I guess, around 2010, I broke my neck in a car wreck. I realized that there was a couple things. One, I was gonna actually be still because that's what I felt like the Lord wanted me to do. And so by being still, I actually sit there paralyzed on my left side for about 2 weeks. And honestly, I wrote down with my right side, the good side, a bunch of different workouts. I wrote over 200 workouts, but I needed a plan. I wanted to have an exit strategy on just doing stuff outside in the parking lot. Being in the neck brace for 4 months, it was hard. I remember being out from being in a wheelchair to crutches to people picking me up because I couldn't drive to get to do my boot camps, and we made it work. The owner of the GymX at the time, so I have this 5,000 square foot facility. Would you want to do it? And I was like, man, I don't have the resources. Of course, not being confident in myself at the time. And he was like, look, man, you've done everything. Have you failed at anything you put your mind to? And I'm like, shoot. No, but are you trying to trick me to just rent your building? And honestly, it was a big blessing, man. I saved up a lot of money. A lot of people ask me, like, how you save your money? I ain't afraid to say it now. I saved up $88,000 in 8 months, and I put it in a brown paper bag, and I earned it every Saturday. Everybody like, where'd you learn that from? I said, my mama. If she had any kind of money, she earned it. See, my mama passed away, and by her passing away in 2007, you try to think who you gonna make proud, right? So for some time, it was anger built up. Like, I ain't got nobody to make proud. Well, I have a whole community to make proud. So that's what I do. Bell County is what I do. I try to make them proud. I mean, you love the feeling of that victorious moment. And that's what it feels like when you do ribbon cuttings and you have parties. You make people proud. Opening that first building to when I actually built onto that building, that was 5,000 square feet. Then I built on 8,000 square feet to it, and then moved up to, of course, to 13,000 square feet. The building grew again, so that was like 2 years after I had opened that one. Now I need a kids zone. Now I need a spin room. Now I opened up 3,000 square feet. So now we're at about 45,000 square feet. I've always wanted a house with 2 stories. I've always wanted my own game room. I always wanted my own big backyard, a patio, TV on the back porch, the simple things that people think they are, but it was a monster, huge accomplishment for me. Knowing I came from a house that was maybe, you know, I don't even know if it was 1,000 square feet, but we all thought it was the bomb. Everything was great. And then I was like, man, I want to get this house. And then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, but your credit score need to be up. And I'm like, shoot, I got like 600. Looked at it, was like, no, it ain't. It's like 5 something. I was like, man, what happened? Well, it wasn't in the right place. So then they introduced me to this lady named Shannon. And honestly, when I met Shannon, it was like, she found out my last name was Shaw. Then she like, hey, my last name used to be Shaw. And then we became like close because honestly, the process is not just get with her in the mortgage company and get your house. It was more like, let's teach you how all the proper steps to get your house. It took the time and the patience, and we talked on a regular. And again, I was trying to make her proud now in that way. And it was like, I would call her and she'd be like, good job. That's where to get that taken care of. Hey, you're at 600. Hey, you're at 650. Hey, you're almost there. And it was like, man, we got up to like 750. And I was like, man, woo, black man, 750. I'm winning now. You know, things are great. I don't know if it was like a year to year and a half of just like, it was patience. It was very much patience. And everybody around me was like, you don't need no house. You don't need no house. Shannon never said, you don't need, it's just too big for you. She said, let me show you the steps to get there. She reminded me a lot of myself of the building relationship. It was much more than mortgage. It was about the relationship, the friendship. Now we're not even friends, we're more like family. You know, I mean, she was one of the first people to call about my baby. I mean, she was one of the most proud people. She cried when I got my house. She cried when I was signing my stuff. It's built a friendship, a relationship over that amount of time that we'll always have. That when I get my next house, that when friends, I would never send nobody else nowhere else.